from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It is 9 a.m. on June 14th.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Today's Flag Day, and we're looking forward to all weekend celebrating Father's Day on Sunday.
Father's Day weekend. A couple of notes. Remember when TxDOT reopened the construction for Mother's Day? RJ is going to update us on that, whether or not they're doing the same for Father's Day.
It's got to be even, right?
Sure. And Justin, you guys are getting the present of what, triple digits?
He can stay indoors.
Yeah. Wait. They're not going to.
That's an RJ thing.
So back on Mother's Day.
I remember.
You remember?
Construction.
Yes, because everyone goes to brunch and stuff.
Right. So they wrapped it up a little early.
Maybe because dads aren't brunchers, they're more of grillers.
Exactly.
Will you be grilling?
Maybe. I haven't thought about it, honestly. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Early.
Yeah, early in the day, because the temperatures are going to be warm. We know that. The payoff's going to be next week, and that's kind of what everyone's talking about, is that chance for rain next week, and we'll get to that. But first, we got to start with what that heat's going to look like today. Heat index is going to be up around 102 here in San Antonio, 104 in Bandera, 103 in Sabinal. Triple-digit heat index values. We saw that yesterday. We're going to see it again today and really through the weekend. So your Father's Day weekend forecast, you know what I did do is I brought Sunday down to 99 versus 100 because... Yes.
You're the real one.
Big difference, big change.
It is a big change.
It is. Mostly sunny both days. But yes, it's next week that we're watching because there is that threat for some tropical weather in the Gulf of Mexico. The Hurricane Center is now up this to a 50% chance of development. What does that mean for us? Still a good question, but I think for the most part, the direct effects are going to be on parts of Mexico. But by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, it certainly could throw some tropical moisture in our direction. I think what we'll see are some tropical downpours. Again, no direct effect. At least that's the thinking right now. Things could change. They always do. But we're going to talk much more about that. And this heat, too, coming up in just a little bit. But we got to check in with RJ now. So what's going on with these closures, man? Give me the deets.
Oh, man. All right. Apparently, Dad's not getting any love there from our TxDOT crews. But you know what? They are still working out there. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit as we take a quick look at our TransGuide traffic camera. By the way, happy Father's Day, early Father's Day, Justin, and to all the fathers out there, including my dad. I-35 at New Braunfels Avenue traffic moving pretty good both directions there. So a couple of things to let you know about it as we take one more shot there. Downtown area, 35 at San Marcos, 35 at O'Connor. So let's tell you about this incident right here. We have a stalled vehicle, Loop 410 eastbound at Airport Boulevard, and traffic still kind of moving through the area right there, the Wetmore Broadway area. So if you are caught up in that by the airport, just keep that in mind. We still have that stalled vehicle out there. I want to show you one more incident here real quick as we continue. And this is actually right down the road. This is going to be another stall, Loop 410 eastbound right there in Nacogdoches Road, and not causing too many delays at the moment. So see most of our activity around the San Antonio Airport 410 area in the northeast side of town. All right, let's talk about the weekend closures. And again, look, last time they opened up early on Sunday for Mother's Day. Unfortunately, that will not be the case here, especially on I-10. So east and west, that will be closed throughout the entire weekend, starting tonight, 9 o'clock through Monday, 5 a.m. So if you're going to be around this area, maybe, you're hitting up Topgolf or things like that, or hitting up a restaurant out there at the Rim area, they would still appreciate your business for sure. Just be prepared for some detours in this area. Good news for Dad and all the drivers out there. Loop 1604, though, that will stay open throughout this entire weekend. So unfortunately, we have I-10 east and west that will close down, but Loop 1604, that will stay open there. So if you are headed out there for Father's Day, go ahead. Again, they would definitely appreciate your business. I know that they've been hit a little bit because of this construction taking place there, but still a good way to celebrate Dad out there. And again, happy Father's Day to all the pops out there. Sarah, Stephanie, back to you guys.
This one hurts for a lot of us musicians and, of course, fans. Tejano music would not have been what it is, especially in the mid to early 90s, had it not been for Johnny Canales.
And this morning we are remembering Tejano music legend Johnny Canales.
He passed away yesterday at the age of 77. It comes just days after he announced he was dealing with health problems. Canales is a popular figure here in San Antonio and throughout South Texas, known for the Johnny Canales Show, which launched the careers of many Tejano music artists. People who worked with Johnny and knew him have fond memories of him and the person he was.
I think we're meant to be here to make an impact and to help each other, right? To lift each other. And I know no doubt that Johnny did that. He did God's work while he was here. His presence is going to be missed, but his impact is going to live on forever for sure.
And Johnny Canales is not only a Tejano music legend, he is also a husband and father. You can read more about Johnny's life and legacy right now on our website, KSAT.com.
Folks in the Harlandale-Macomb area tell KSAT they're fed up with a pack of dogs they say are roaming through their neighborhood. It's been going on for weeks and they want something done about it. Neighbors say the pack, numbering between 10 to 15 dogs, roams late at night in the early morning hours. They blame the pack for killing multiple neighborhood cats, and they're worried that if something isn't done soon, people could get hurt.
What if I decide to take a walk? What then? And they show up. What am I supposed to run? I can't run.
When I saw how big that pack was, I started thinking about, they're right here by this elementary school. There's kids around playing outside.
Well, Animal Care Services has released a statement saying in part people should call 311 to give as much information possible about the pack. You can read their full statement on KSAT.com.
Well, we are in week 2 of President Biden's executive order limiting immigration at the southern border. So KSAT went down to Eagle Pass, which is seeing a renewed military presence from the Texas National Guard. The National Guard took over the city's Shelby Park and says they have since reopened it to the public. Now, some in Eagle Pass say there should be a better solution to help people seeking asylum, while others disagree.
They say our park is accessible. It is not. We're not allowed to even be on the river on kayak. We have no accessibility. People don't realize or are aware that millions a month are being dedicated to the militarization of the wall and the border, when it could be invested in the community or maybe creating possible programs or solutions to those people crossing instead of limiting those numbers.
But just because he put it because it's election time, I mean, it's kind of too late for that.
What do you think should be done instead?
Deport everybody. Deport all the illegals that come in.
Why is that?
Because, I mean, my wife is a Mexican citizen. We did it the right way. Everybody should do it the right way.
And we have more of what people are saying about the border policies and the National Guard's placement at Shelby Park on our website, again at KSAT.com.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
The abortion pill mifepristone is staying on the market. In a unanimous decision, the Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit from several anti-abortion groups and doctors to undo the FDA's approval of the drug. The ruling allows the pill to continue to be mailed to patients without an in-person doctor's visit.
The CDC is issuing a health advisory warning over access to ADHD medication, saying there could be disruptions after the arrest of 2 executives of a telehealth company, claiming they generated more than $100 million in revenue by arranging for the prescriptions of more than 40 million pills, targeting drug seekers and instructing prescribers to prescribe stimulants to patients even if they didn't qualify.
In South Florida, the National Weather Service is again sounding the alarm as life-threatening flooding is possible today. The tropical disturbance is prompting a rare flash flood emergency to much of the region. More than 20 inches of rain has fallen in some areas of South Florida since Tuesday, with more predicted over the next few days.
The head of the FAA says the agency is partly responsible for the safety problems at Boeing because it had been too hands-off in its oversight of the aircraft manufacturer. During his testimony before a Senate committee yesterday, Michael Whitaker cited the incident where a door plug blew off during an Alaska Airlines flight earlier this year and cited more inspectors on the ground at Boeing factories.
A settlement over the swipe fees that Visa and MasterCard charge merchants is in trouble. The Wall Street Journal says the judge has indicated that the proposed changes in the deal seem inadequate. The initial lawsuit was filed nearly 20 years ago.
LinkedIn has unveiled new artificial intelligence job hunting tools. Premium users can now use AI to tailor resumes, write cover letters, and find jobs with simple prompts. These features are rolling out worldwide to enhance your job hunting experience.
WhatsApp is enhancing their video calls with screen sharing and group chats for up to 32 people. You can now share content, watch videos together, and chat with more friends. The new update also includes a speaker spotlight feature to highlight who's talking.
Tesla shareholders have given their approval to a massive $56 billion pay package for CEO Elon Musk. The 2018 deal had been challenged in court and a judge blocked it. The vote does not override that, but could give Tesla's lawyers new leverage in challenging the ruling.
Starbucks is the latest chain to offer discounts through a value menu offering. The coffee company rolled out what it calls a pairings menu. For $5, customers can get a tall, iced, or hot coffee or tea paired with a croissant. The price might change for customizations. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Looking ahead, San Antonio police say they're hoping to add 50 new officers thanks to a new federal grant. City Council approved SAPD's plan to apply for a Department of Justice grant worth $6.25 million. It would help the department move closer to its goal of adding 360 patrol officers within a 5-year period.
And the cost of owning a short-term rental like an Airbnb in San Antonio is going up. So City Council approved plans to raise 3-year permit fees from $100 to $450. Well, the council will also require platforms like Airbnb to remove listings without proper permits. It will also fall on the platforms to collect the city's hotel occupancy taxes as opposed to the host. And over 3,100 short-term rentals are registered across the city. Real quick in the beginning, we said it was Flag Day and Father's Day over the weekend. It's also the U.S. Army's birthday today.
Yeah, 249 years celebrating. So thank you to all of our U.S. Army active and vets out there.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Flowers. We got one in studio here. It's 9:09 and 82 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Okay, did you know that our own San Antonio Police Chief, he's a cat guy. Cat's out of the bag. Chief loves his cats, and he's going to tell us why he's sharing his love for cats with us.
Ruling in a Second Amendment gun control case challenging the country's ban on bump stocks. Those are the attachments which essentially convert semi-automatic rifles into automatic rifles. The Trump administration, you'll remember, issuing the ban following the horrific mass shooting in Las Vegas back in 2017 when Stephen Paddock used weapons fitted with bump stocks to open fire on a country music festival, killing 58 people and wounding hundreds more. The owner of a gun store in Texas challenging that ban. So this is a rare case of the Biden administration defending a decision by the Trump administration. And just moments ago, the court ruling the ban is unlawful. Let's get right to ABC's senior national correspondent Terry Moran at the Supreme Court. Terry, as we pointed out here, that rare case, it had some bipartisan support, but the Supreme Court says no, it's against the law.
That's right. This is essentially striking down what the Trump administration tried to do after the shooting in Las Vegas that killed 60 people back in 2017. The shooter in that case used one of these bump stocks. And this opinion really gets into the guts of a firearm, of a rifle, and how it works to draw a distinction between a machine gun, which have been illegal in the United States since 1934, and that 1934 law defines a machine gun as a weapon that fires more than one shot with a single function of the trigger. And a bump stock, which is not the same thing, according to the plaintiffs and now the Supreme Court of the United States. A bump stock uses the recoil of the rifle and the shooter's own manipulation of that pressure to achieve a very high rate of fire. The trigger continues to discharge the projectile every single shot. So it's not the same thing. I mean, right here in black and white, it's an opinion by Clarence Thomas. He says, we conclude that a semi-automatic rifle equipped with a bump stock is not a machine gun because it does not fire more than one shot by a single function of the trigger. Those words from that 1934 law. Now, the dissenters in this case said, well, the point of the function of the trigger was not how it works inside the gun. It's what comes out the end of the barrel. You can achieve a massive torrent of fire with both weapons, and they thought that this regulation passed during the Trump administration would cover both. But the Supreme Court says no. And so bump stocks, and there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who had them. They were ordered to surrender them or destroy them. Bump stocks are now legal once again in the United States of America.
Terry, thank you. Stand by here. I want to bring in ABC's senior Washington correspondent, Devin Dwyer. And Devin, I was just going back through some of these arguments from April, and this stands out to me, too, here. This from Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Intuitively, she says, I am entirely sympathetic to your argument, talking to the government here. But she says, I don't think the question is why didn't Congress pass that legislation to make this cover it more clearly? So to Terry's point, getting into sort of like the nuts and bolts, the mechanics of how these bump stocks work. Even during these arguments a couple months ago, the justices seemed a little bit confused about what would fit this definition.
Right. This law dates back to 1934, Whit, when the government banned machine guns that with the single pull of a trigger fire a huge spray of bullets at hundreds of rounds per minute. And what the conservative justices are saying here is that these bump stocks, as unsavory as they may be, as dangerous as they may be, as public menaces as many may see them, they simply don't meet the definition under federal law. And so she was sort of hinting that the government may want to rewrite that. You see in the picture here on the right of the screen is Jeremiah Cottle. He invented the bump stock. I traveled to Tennessee to meet with him, and he demonstrated for us just how these work. And he has insisted all along with that the single pull of a trigger does not release a spray of bullets. It requires an extra pull of the arm. And told me just yesterday that he continues to want to sell these. He sold more than 700,000 over the years that they were approved for sale. And the ATF, under the Obama administration, made that decision that they were legal. And now it appears that the Supreme Court has agreed with that judgment as well.
Devin, thanking, of course, that horrific moment from 2017.
And if you're just joining us now, that was an ABC report. U.S. Supreme Court does not allow the ban on firearm bump stocks, and this has invalidated a Trump-era ban on the bump stocks, ruling that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives exceeded its authority in creating that regulation.
Yeah, that Supreme Court ruling 6-3 ruling bump stocks are now legal in the U.S., calling that ban unlawful, saying bump stocks uses recoil of the rifle to achieve a high rate of the rifle. Therefore, the ban is unlawful. We'll have more on that on air and online throughout the day.
Yes, and time now 9:17. Let's go ahead and check in with Justin. I know people want to make their Father's Day plans.
Sure. It's going to be hot and dry this weekend, but then things really transition next week, as we've been talking about. Let's go outside for you right now. We've got 82 here in San Antonio, 83 in New Braunfels, 82, Seguin, 70 is in Bernie and Kerrville. And still a lot of humidity. It's so very thick out there. And I'll show you the pollen count coming up next half hour. Molds have jumped up over 1,000. They're in the high category. So that's, I think, part of the reason is it's been kind of damp as of late, and we may get some more damp weather next week. Heat index. This is going to be a big player in today's forecast. Heat index already nearing 90 here in San Antonio. In a lot of places, already starting to see heat index values jump over 90. I think they'll probably jump over 100 by the time we get into the afternoon. So it's another day where you want to take precautions if you have plans to be outside for any length of time. 98 is where we're headed. Feels like 103 at that point at 4 o'clock. 3 and 4 o'clock, and then 102 is what it will feel like at 5 p.m. We dip down into the 90s tonight. If you have evening plans, just know it's still going to be warm, even at 8, 9 o'clock. It takes a while now for these temperatures to really fall. No rain chances over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, we've got really no threat of showers or storms. But as we get into Monday and Tuesday, we start to bring in some small rain chances, afternoon pop-up stuff. And then we ramp up rain chances Wednesday and Thursday up to 40% as some tropical moisture moves in. And here's why. It's what we've been talking about for a couple days now. Hurricane Center has now upped the risk to development in this area to 50%, meaning they think that there's a 50-50 chance that whatever moves into the Gulf by next week, early next week, could start to take on some organization. Now, look, the water temperatures are very warm. Upper level winds are fairly conducive. There's not a lot of real estate here, though, to work with. And there's some of the water temperatures, by the way, 84, 85, so plenty warm for anything that wants to get some energy from the ocean. But as we look at the futurecast here, and I'm going to fast forward to Monday. This is Monday, 5 o'clock. We're starting to see that low emerge, and depending on what model you look at, and by the way, the models are kind of still all over the board as you would expect them to be, because we don't even have an area of low pressure yet. But this particular model takes this system west into Mexico, but it does throw moisture in our direction by Wednesday into Thursday on the north side of this system, so we would get some deeper tropical moisture working in. So not a direct effect, but perhaps some beneficial tropical downpours by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, which would be a great thing. And I think that may even stick around into Friday. But all these things we are going to have to watch very closely depending on how this system evolves. And I think we'll have a much better grasp on the situation by this weekend. 98 today, 98 Saturday, 99 Sunday. So there's your hot weekend. 96 Monday. And then we start to bring those rain chances in. And look at the highs on Wednesday and Thursday because of the clouds and rain, only in the upper 80s. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's 9:25. Well, the rivalry will be front and center on Labor Day between professional competitive eaters Joy Chestnut and Takuro Kobayashi.
That's right. They'll compete in a hot dog eating contest for a Netflix special called Chestnut versus Kobayashi Unfinished Beef. Wow, that's great. So Chestnut is the world record holder, while Kobayashi popularized the sport in 2001. He's been going for a long time. The last time the two faced off was at Nathan's hot dog eating contest back in 2009. So Chestnut went on to win by eating 68 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Ew.
Ew.
The Netflix announcement comes a day after Chestnut was banned from the Nathan's contest because he signed a deal with a rival plant food company. So Kobayashi was also banned in 2010 due to a contract dispute. So the matchup will also be Kobayashi's last competition before he retires. He's retiring? Oh, wow.
Wow. I mean, apparently this is the sport to get into. You can retire young.
Yeah. Well, hats off to them. They can pull it off and make it entertaining for all of us. Also on 4th of July.
It's definitely entertaining to watch.
For sure. Time now is 9:26 and 83 degrees for now.
There's a lot more on GMSA at 9. Have you ever wondered how health inspectors come up with those scores for restaurant inspections? There's more to those letter grades than you might think. Still ahead, Daniela Ibarra goes behind the kitchen door to explain. Okay, welcome back. A moment of truth. How often are you looking at the food inspection scores?
Well, they're there for a reason, to show if a restaurant is keeping clean, to keep you from getting sick. So in today's Behind the Kitchen Door, Daniela Ibarra speaks with a food inspector about what they look for.
After inspecting thousands of San Antonio restaurants, William Eminger has seen it all.
What's the grossest thing you've seen in a restaurant?
I don't think I can say that on TV.
Is that bad?
He's an environmental health officer with Metro Health. His job is to make sure restaurants are complying with health codes.
We don't let them know we're coming. We just show up and come in.
What are some of the most common violations that you see?
Most common ones are usually with hand washing with the employees. They should be washing their hands anytime that they're changing gloves. Another one that we find are temperature violations.
This is a copy of the inspection report. It breaks down the violations into 3 groups: priority, priority foundation, and core items. Restaurants are required to post them at the entrance.
And the inspection reports are generally a snapshot in time. So the restaurant may have been doing better the day before, they may be doing worse the day after. If they score between 90% and 100% on following the health code requirements, then they would have a placard get issued to them.
Eminger says don't take these grades at face value.
You can have a lot of very minor violations that get you a B placard. So it's probably perfectly safe to eat there. But you can also have a few critical violations that might greatly increase risk of illness and still be able to get an A placard.
Okay, taking a look outside with live cam. It looks beautiful out there with those fluffy clouds, but not too many of them at 83 degrees. Justin, we just got to get through these next 3 days for Father's Day weekend before potential cool down next week.
Yeah, next week potentially in the 80s by the time we get into the middle part of the week with some showers and some downpours around. So that would be fantastic. We're going to talk more about that forecast in a bit. First, let's take a look back with our KSAT Connect picture here. This is from Jody out at Canyon Lake. Beautiful shot with last night's sunset. It was really nice. That is a great scene there right at the marina. With that being said, we know Canyon Lake has been struggling a little bit with the water level, 57.2%. That's low. That obviously is a record. Medina's at 2.4%. And you see the rest of the reservoirs there not doing great, other than LBJ, of course, which is a steady level lake, 98.1% there. But rain would be a good thing. We haven't seen a lot of bumps as far as river flows and lakes with our recent rainfall. Hopefully, if we can get a little bit more, we can start to see some changes. One thing we have seen change with the added rain is the molds, 1,690 in the high category. They jumped up today, and we have a little bit of pigweed in there, too. High temperatures, 98 in San Antonio. We'll see more triple digits out west. Del Rio, 103. Laredo, 103. It'll feel hotter than that. 98 in Abilene, 92 in Waco today. Coming up, it is Flag Day. We're going to test your knowledge on Flag Day. More on that in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you. Looking out there with TransGuide this morning. Things look pretty good here at this shot at Highway 90 at 36th Street. And looking over at Highway 90 at Meadow Creek, things look pretty good as well. I'm looking at the TxDOT. Looks like there's minor construction, of course, there on I-10, but we've been seeing that for a couple of weeks now. And a disabled vehicle over on Nacogdoches Road. But other than that, the roads look pretty good this Friday morning.
Big deal. We have the XFL Championship trophy.
Here we go.
It just got delivered to us.
Look at that.
This thing is very heavy.
Hats off to Mary. Because I thought this was going to be light because she did a social media post with it.
And she's just like,
and she was like, la 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 la. But no, this is, you got to be
please don't
prepared.
Break it. Ma'am.
Hopefully our desk is
It was like
enough.
rolled in a padded suitcase. Please stop touching the
rolled
trophy.
in like the Stanley Cup here. Yes.
Very beautiful.
Definitely a very valuable piece of property as the Brahmas took care of business last weekend. But of course, coming up, the UFL title game, guys. I spoke with head coach Wade Phillips about this game coming up this Sunday. Well, your San Antonio Brahmas are one win away from UFL glory. That's right. They are going for the championship of the United Football League this Sunday. Yes, Father's Day. And joining me now is the legend, the one and only Brahmas head coach, Wade Phillips. Coach, how excited are you going into this weekend's matchup here against Birmingham?
Well, this is the biggest game of the year, biggest game for our team. So everybody's excited about it.
Absolutely, yes. And Coach, you know what? Before we move into a little bit of the X's and O's here, I wanted to ask you about that Gatorade bath and you guys finally overcoming the Battle Hawks this past week. What was that like to celebrate that, not only with the team, but also with the fans here in San Antonio?
Yeah, it was, our players played really hard, worked hard all year, deserved what they got because we played really well in that ball game. And so, but it was cold. It was cold, but the victory was warm.
Absolutely, yeah, Coach. I was about to say, protect Coach Phillips at all costs, definitely. All right, Coach, moving on to this matchup here against a high-powered Birmingham team. You know, Coach, I love this matchup here with your defense taking on the Birmingham offense. Obviously, they have an explosive quarterback. What's the mindset going into this weekend's matchup, taking on that Birmingham Stallion offense?
Well, they're a really good team overall, certainly. They've only lost one game in the last 2 years. So, but fortunately, that game they lost was to us in San Antonio. So we have some confidence going into the game because of that. But they're a really good team. The quarterback obviously is the MVP of the league. So he'll be tough to handle again.
Yeah, Coach, and I'm sure that, you said last week when you talked to us that you were getting some guys back. I'm sure that kind of gave you some confidence on the offensive side of the ball. What was it like to see some of the guys like McFarland, Lovett come back and really kind of add a different punch to this offense?
Yeah, they had 200 yards rushing between them. So, that was, and I knew it going in. I mean, we lost by a field goal on the last play of the game the week before, so I knew adding those two guys would really help us, and it obviously did.
Coach, I know that you've been asked throughout this entire season, what makes you get back up? What makes you want to continue to do this? So just for you, I mean, what's the journey been like to get to know these guys? Obviously, this goal started months ago, but to be at this point here with the UFL title on the line, just, Coach, talk a little bit about the journey, not only for you, but for your players.
Yeah, I mean, you go in, you have high expectations, but still, to put it all together, basically a new team, a new coach. It was fun to merge everything together, to get to know each other really, really well, get to believe in each other, believe in the coaches, believe in the players and each other. Yeah, that's a journey in football, and this one was a great journey.
All right, Coach, we know that you're a Texas guy through in and throughout for sure. So what's it like to have South Texas and San Antonio behind you guys as you go for this championship?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk football, you're talking Texas. And so the San Antonio area and the people there, they're all football, just like most people in Texas. So, we're excited to have their backing.
All right, Coach. So this is Father's Day. Obviously, this is going on. So I imagine that this would be a nice gift for you if the Brahmas can get this done against the Stallions.
You bet. And my son's coming to the game. So, that'll be special, too.
All right, Coach, that will be a family affair. You know what, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, not only today, but throughout the entire season. We really appreciate you, and I know that the entire Alamo City has gone behind the San Antonio Brahmas. Best of luck to you, Coach, this weekend in St. Louis.
Well, thank you, and we love San Antonio. We really do.
All right, and San Antonio's gotten behind the Brahmas here. Horns forward, yes. Vamos, Brahmas, vamos. And again, thank you very much to the Brahmas for bringing the XFL championship trophy. Again, this was the conference championship, but they're looking for some more hardware this Sunday as
Absolutely.
They take on Birmingham. Yeah.
Okay, 4 p.m. on Sunday.
4 p.m. kickoff, yes. 4 p.m. kickoff, and again, it's against a very good Birmingham team, so we will see. But I like the Brahmas odds going into this matchup here.
Yeah, me too. That's good because they did win at the Alamo Dome.
Just saying, they did win already. So
yes, and obviously, look, the trophy. It was a lot heavier than what I thought. They reeled it in.
I get so nervous when y'all are carrying this thing.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
Stephanie just with one hand.
She's like gonna start doing tricep.
I did think it was a lot lighter though, but it's a gorgeous trophy.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, and then good luck to the Brahmas. Do it for Father's Day.
Yes, exactly.
Horns forward.
Yeah, definitely. Good way to get your reps
Thank
in.
you guys for bringing it in. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, it's 9:39 and 83 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
We'll be right back.
No secret, the price of everything going up, especially groceries. Well, now there's an app that sells select groceries at nearly half the price.
Well, 12 on your side's Marilyn Ward spoke with a local mom who says the app has helped save her money.
Lucy Korchek is mom to 2 growing boys. That means snacks.
That gets expensive. A box of granola bars has gone up $3, $4, $5.
So she now gets boxes of discounted groceries for the pantry delivered.
There's these. I got chocolate and vanilla snacks for the kids.
She's using Marty, a website and app that claims to sell shelf-stable groceries from chickpea puffs to Rice Krispie treats for 40 to 70% off. How? Co-founder Louise Fritjofsen says they buy manufacturers' surplus.
Actually, 30 to 40% of foods that are being produced goes to landfill. So instead of that happening, we save these perfectly fine products and we offer a huge discounts to our consumers.
Nothing's expired. Everything's still in date. Everything's still good. This is something I always buy, but it's usually $15 to $20. And they had it on sale for $6.99.
There's no subscription fee, and shipping is free if you spend at least $50.
So we wanted to know what kinds of things we could find and at what price. So we did a little shopping.
This big bag of Stacy's pita chips is $3.69 on Marty. They're more than $7 at Walmart. And this Kind granola, Marty sells it for $2.39. It's more than $5 at H-E-B. Marty does not sell fresh or frozen foods. They do offer plenty of gluten-free and health-conscious brands. They also sell pet, body, and home goods. So far, Lucy's placed 20 orders.
Since I started using it, I've saved $1,851 and I've rescued 270 pounds.
And keeping the cupboard stocked with snacks. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
It's always a great day to go to the San Antonio Zoo. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got the flamingos.
Flamingo cam.
Everyone is behaving.
Yeah, I think it looks kind of overcast there. The clouds are still giving them a break.
No zoomies. Where are the flamingo fraps?
I haven't seen any flamingo zoomies. So if you didn't see yesterday, there's a term like when your puppy or your dog gets all excited, like when you first get home and they're
giving you the zoomies.
Yeah. So no flamingo zoomies.
I think they've had a long week.
Is that what it is?
It seems like they're just kind of
a chill Friday.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere at the zoo.
And Flamingo cocktail hour at 9:45. Hey, no judgment. Do what you got to do, flamingos.
They've had a long week of entertaining the kids. They're like, oh, I need to wind down on a Friday.
And it's also been so hot for them.
It has. It has. These temperatures have been toasty, and the humidity. We talked about highest humidity levels we've seen on record last month, and it's been humid to start this month too. It's going to get even more humid next week once we get some tropical moisture in here. So a lot to look at in the forecast, though. We're going to start with a trivia question because it is Flag Day.
No, I can't. I'm going to get this wrong. Everyone's going to hate me.
No, they're not. No, you're fine.
We're in Military City, USA. Oh my God, I'm going to be so embarrassed.
You're going to do great. We're going to take you back to history class. So how many stars and stripes did the first official American flag adopted on June 14th, 1777 have? Was it 13 stars and 13 stripes? 9 stars and 13 stripes, 13 stars and 9 stripes, or 50 stars and 13 stripes?
Okay.
The 13th colony.
Yeah, 13 colonies, so 13 stars, right?
I'd say C.
And 9, yeah, I say C too.
Okay, you're close.
No, we got it wrong.
It's A.
It's A. I couldn't remember the stripes.
Oh. I'm going to blame Steph because she influenced me. But yeah, it's C. I'm like, yeah, it's C. Definitely C. She said C.
Usually Justin's answers are C.
Oh, is that how your test taker?
Now.
She's like, it's usually C. I'm going to go with that.
Listen, you guys are very close. And 13 stars and stripes represent the original colonies. So you were spot on about that. Allegedly, Betsy Ross decided to arrange the stars in a circle, and they reduced the points on each star to 5 instead of 6 when she originally put the flag together. But if you want to do trivia for you, more trivia about Flag Day, you can scan that QR code that's on our website, and you can check it out. Flag Day, and yes, also, as you guys mentioned earlier, the Army's birthday. Pretty cool stuff. All right, 82 right now in San Antonio, 84 in New Braunfels, 82 in Seguin, 79 in Bernie, and 81 right now in Kerrville. And the high temperatures today are going to be up around 96 here in San Antonio, 99 Port SA, 99 Stinson, 100 Castroville, 100 in Rio Medina. It is going to be a hot afternoon, no doubt about it. It'll be a hot weekend too. 98 Saturday, 98 on Sunday. So very little relief, and humidity for the most part stays intact. So that means heat index values will still be up over 100. Then we go to next week. What we're watching. The National Hurricane Center has an area in the Gulf of Mexico highlighted for a 50% chance of development. There is no low there yet. There will be early next week, and it will be a broad area of low pressure that will try to organize a little bit. The question is, what does that mean for us? And quite honestly, the way things are looking right now, if we did get some organization or development, that would actually not be the best case scenario for us. Because it would wind up a little bit tighter and maybe take some of that moisture away from us, because we think this is going to move west into Mexico, and that will bring heavy rain there. Now, if it remains a little less organized and spreads the wealth a little bit more, this would conceivably throw some tropical moisture in our direction by Wednesday into Thursday. And for us, when we see this kind of pattern, typically that gives us some passing tropical downpours, meaning it won't be raining all day, but you'll get some good pockets of heavy rain here and there. I think that's how this could play out Wednesday and Thursday if all things work the way we think they will. Now, until we get a low down there, again, things could change, but that's kind of the general idea. We'll certainly keep close watch on it. We also have been mentioning the dust coming across the Atlantic from Africa is going to move in out ahead of this wave. So we could see a little bit of hazy skies as we get into Monday and Tuesday. Something to watch. 98 Saturday, 99 Sunday, as we said. And you know, with those rain chances bumping up Wednesday, Thursday to 40%, it brings temperatures down. We're talking upper 80s for highs, which will be much, much nicer. And hopefully we can get back on track with our rainfall too.
We hope so.
We could really use that rain.
Yes, we could.
Thank you, Justin.
Time now 9:49 and 84 degrees for now.
Up next, a first look at Inside Out 2 as it aims for the biggest domestic debut this year so far, plus Matt Damon and Casey Affleck re-team for a new.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
Inside Out 2 could be 2024's #1 so far. Box office trackers say the animated sequel, opening in North America this weekend, could debut with $80 to $90 million in ticket sales. Anything over $82.5 million would surpass Dune Part 2 as the year's top domestic debut. It's already opened #1 in 8 international markets, including Germany and Korea.
I got a once-in-a-lifetime score. You the Marine?
Yeah.
You the ex-con?
Yeah, I did time, but you only got to cast aspersions at me, guy.
Ocean's 11 alums Matt Damon and Casey Affleck try for one more score in The Instigators. The Boston boys return to the hub in the official trailer for the comic crime flick, which also features Damon's downsizing co-star Hong Chow, along with Alfred Molina, Paul Walter Hauser, and Ving Rhames. The Instigators, from Damon's Bourne Identity director Doug Liman, debuts on Apple TV Plus August 9th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Looking ahead, Juneteenth is Wednesday, and there's a lot happening here in town. First, a soul food brunch at St. Paul's Square. It's happening today from 11:30 this morning until 1 this afternoon. Tomorrow, we'll be very busy with several events. That includes the Juneteenth 5K Run Walk at Camargo Park, the Juneteenth Freedom Parade at Sam Houston High School, and the Juneteenth Festival at Comanche Park, and the SA Juneteenth Block Party and Fair at Crockett Park. We have a full list of events and times right now on KSAT.com.
And are you a proud owner of a tiny little dog? Well, you're in luck because the Downtown Ice House is holding a special event for the little pups tomorrow. It's the inaugural Tiny Dog Dash. That's tomorrow at La Tuna Ice House and Grill on 100 Provence Street, but it's cute. In keeping with the name, only dogs 15 pounds and under are allowed to participate. So it's $5 to enter, and prizes will be awarded to dogs with the cutest fronts and behinds. The fun all starts at 7. That is tomorrow night. That should be a lot
Justin,
of fun.
how much does your dog weigh?
She's like 50. So
50?
Yeah.
No way.
50?
She looks so
Yeah.
fluffy.
And that's maybe why she weighs so much. So much fluff.
Well, she can't participate in that, I don't think.
No.
But you could, I guess you could kind of like just pretend.
Yeah.
Looking out there with Trans Guy, it looks like there's a little hold up there at the shot at 281 at Loop 410, but was looking around, not too many problems. There was a stall, or actually a disabled vehicle off of Nacogdoches, and some construction on I-10, but all of these shots look pretty good.
It should be a good weekend to head to the pool with temperatures near 100 both Saturday and Sunday. We start to add in some rain chances Monday, Tuesday, but I think it's really Wednesday, Thursday where we get some of that deeper moisture, maybe some better chances for rain. Highs in the 80s in June, I'll take it.
Yes, you will. Happy Father's Day to you.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and happy birthday to the U.S. Army.